what's good, everybody? It's me, BigBellyRudeBoy, and welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast. I'm here again with the boys, Brito and Pablo. Why am I saying that? What going on? Y'all good?
I sick.
promise-
I am dying.
I just recovered
Yeah,
from
son,
from a very dangerous hangover, but all good.
Oh, I forget that.
So-
I was drinking on that day too. I was drinking on my birthday too. It been a while
Sheesh.
ago.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
your body was your body was like on the 7th, right? That was last week.
It was. I think it was this week. No, last week. Last week.
Yeah, last
7.
week.
I mean, 22.
And now look at you,
22 years of depression.
22, dog. Dog, we really getting all up in this bitch, you know,
Right.
fam. I was literally
Congratulations.
I was
You know,
literally thinking
it
back,
doesn't get any easier.
right? I was literally thinking back to the day when man was like 15, 16 years old. I was like, damn, why the hell that felt like that was yesterday, dog? Fam, we was 15 like 5 years ago, you know. We were like 15 like 5, 6 years ago.
5 years ago feels like a century now.
Right?
Bye, yeah.
Nah, I feel like yesterday for me, dude. That was crazy
always 2
thing.
years older than you guys, so like, 'cause I was like, y'all were 15, I was like 17. So,
I know when you were 15, I think when you were 15, you were like what, 2012, 2013?
Huh?
21?
But, when I was 15, bye.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I was
you have
like,
to be like
probably
15,
2013. That was like
2013.
2013, and I come here when I was like 2007 and 2015. So
I think
so by the time
I thought
reach,
you had come like around 2014-ish.
2015, fam.
15. I tell you,
Because
I
I
have no
spent 2 years.
concept
Because I
of time
spent 2
whatsoever.
years. I spent 2 years in high school in the Dominican Republic, and then I come here for. And
Right.
then
I
stay
don't
up
know
extra
what you
4
like
years
that,
with an extra fucking year for no reason, man.
I don't understand where you
Just thinking about it making me upset again, dog.
You never meet them.
That's crazy.
I had to come back because of reasons, dog. Yeah, but I wasn't a good child.
Alright. Like,
I tell I way more chill than I used to be. Trust.
You know, you were a whole rebel back then, fam. Real talk, you were a rebel.
like any of us were innocent back then. We were
See,
all
no,
I was innocent for a little while. I was innocent for a little while.
Listen, I could actually believe that because me when knew you when you were young. I know our problem child. Our way fuck up.
I mean, Jose, I know. Me and Jose know each other from when we were younger. Like
yeah, we had known each other before you went DR. Because remember, you used to play by my house. I had to
we used to play on this man PS something.
Hey, this man was my best life. I had my own yard, my own bike to ride around, my own court, like my room and thing. That's it. I was living a comfortable life.
I was just inside a lot. Honestly, I never used to go anywhere. Why? I had shit nice too. I just didn't have any friends, and I never used to go outside. So my TV was my friend.
I used to come to my house to play my PS2, but I never had friends. There's a difference.
Dog, my TV and my video games were my friends. That's all I had for me back then.
But yeah, what am I saying? I was staying over at I want to say Problem Island.
Problem Island.
Apparently that's all it is. I see the news the other day about a woman who sold their Jeep and then ran it back with VG.
Dog, son, that one there serious, dog. I ain't even we even call out no name or nothing but dog. I tell you down here, I had this shit stopped being funny now, dog, because it was only funny when these things were happening on Tola. It was only funny when these things were happening on Tola, dog. Now it's happening on VG and it ain't funny no more.
That's the first time I ever heard something like that, you know. You sell your vehicle and then you rob it back.
Dog.
Hey.
That's actually kind of smart, dude. That's kind of smart, dog.
Explain how that's bad.
I mean, dude, besides, I sell my Canon, I thief it back, and she don't know that I thief it back, dog. Like, son, I got money and I get to keep my Jeep, dude. Investment, dog.
VG, what she expected that she not gonna find out? What she expected? If it was like somewhere else in the world.
Okay, like it was smart in terms of the concept. It's the execution that was the problem. But I mean, if we did this literally anywhere else, dog, we would have get away with this shit, fam. Real talk. If you do that anywhere else, you would have get away with it.
You got a right idea, but wrong, bitch.
Right? Nah, because it's like these kind of things, so like you can't do nothing and nobody ain't know about it, you know, fam. Like this place is too small. Everybody know, everybody do. It's like, come on, bro. Like you can't do that. Like you just thief from me and I ain't gonna find out, dog. Like fam, you basically like what 50 feet away from where I live, dude. Like come on, you can't do that.
50 feet.
The place. How you mean the place small, mister? I could probably stomp on top of my roof and see where Pat you thief the car and drive off to. That's how crazy it is. That's how crazy it is, dog. But dog, these kind of things so you can't really do no here, no. At the same time, it's like police is just garbage to me, son, because at this point they just don't even do their jobs no more, dog. Like
when I was living in VG, police have told me how long them man used to take to reach to a place. Like you would call police and them man maybe there 20 minutes that. It don't take you 20 minutes to reach you nowhere in VG though, but I'm gonna take 20 minutes.
Cause I tell you right, the only reason men does get caught up with them crimes is because they just brag about the shit that they do, that. Like if I kill somebody, they wouldn't find out unless I tell them that I killed somebody, dog. That's how bad they don't do this shit, dog. They don't do nothing. Them our tax money going to them sitting on an AC and on computer, dog. That's all it is.
I mean, at least they're enjoying the tax money. At least they get
the little bit of tax money that I'm getting, because the country is broke as fuck.
It's like everybody broke.
Dog. Yeah, but everything just frig up, dog. Like life just existing on this planet, everything just messed up, dude. Like the wall.
2020 ain't finishing.
Dog, this is 2020 part 2. What you talking about?
What?
This is season 2, dog.
Yeah, nothing ain't changed from 2020 from December. Dog. Nothing. We still in the same BS.
Something changed for me, but that's about it.
I mean, it changed, but like not in the way that you expected it to.
The only difference is COVID get worse for me. School get harder. Money get less. Money get tighter. Whereas life get more.
Because it's like that for everybody, dog. It's like that for everybody.
Yeah,
that's what I think is for everybody.
I get $200 on my birthday present. I know how I gotta do. And the
but I know how you gotta do either.
I will pressuring to buy a PS4, right? I will say I will buy one. It costs exactly $300. And I was like, I will buy one. One. Me buy one.
Because every time you say, heck, if you don't do it as soon as you say it, you ain't end up doing it again.
I had to pay the school, dog. Money was tight. I had no money to pay the school. Listen, the worst shit, right? I had the school money in my hand and I wasted something else. And then I had to wait until I got more money to pay the school.
But I just telling you, family, if you say, oh, I can buy this, and then you don't go and buy it immediately after, like the longer you take to go do it, the less likely you are to go buy that same thing that you say you're going to go buy again. Look how long. Look. Now you.
It was the last cookie for the last session.
No man, they mean the digestive. They mean Ritz or them. What I mean?
No, digestives.
Oh, them look like the Ritz, dog. You know, look like the Ritz.
I got the mascot to be dog.
For me. You know the big Goya cookies?
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, them Goya cookies is fine though. Them Goya cookies. When they hit different.
So I'll know I hear I hear try and get little things I could put like snacks and shit in my room, so I have less reasons to leave my room.
A mini fridge?
I already have my mini fridge right here, remember? I just don't have anything to put snacks in.
What little thing you want?
It's not just like a little like I ain't know, like a little box or crate or something I could just put snacks in there. So I don't know.
A little cupboard.
Yeah, something like that. Something I could just rest down in a corner and like, oh, if I hungry and I want a little snack, I could just pop that bad boy open and I could take a snack out. You check?
Why would you eat in your room? I hate the idea of eating in your room. I hate that idea.
Eating in your room?
Yeah, I hate the idea because I just don't like bugs in my room, right? Like I don't clean. I just clean my room. I don't clean often enough.
Costa
Like
is a
every time I
cleansy
would clean,
boy.
Dog,
like
honestly, eating in your room ain't a problem unless you're a fucking slob. In which case, yeah, you shouldn't be eating in your
no,
room.
not even
Cause
that.
like,
Because like, listen, you could literally eat shit that won't drop, like leave crumbles or anything. But just the scent alone would cause like insect and other stuff to come to the room. So I decide not to eat. So and because every time
well,
since like, my parents used to tell me, don't eat in your room; it'll attract bugs and other insects and what the fuck now. So I just
I
And
know about
Costa is
I know about that one
afraid of
there.
bugs.
I am like that.
I know about that one there. Dog.
You
I don't
actually
eat in my
know, right?
room. I don't eat in my
I
room
don't.
a lot because I just do be chilling and I just want to like sit in my room and watch TV while I eating, and I don't got that problem because I am not a
Oh, I
slob.
could
I
buy a
don't.
TV. I could buy a TV. I got TV money to buy. I could buy a TV. I just remember that. I
Oh
got
yeah,
money
you
to
could
buy a
use your
TV.
money and buy a TV, yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, I gotta use it to buy some clothes. I've been meaning to buy
Yeah,
some
that
work
is
boots.
whatever. Fam,
Been meaning to buy
you
some
got
clothes.
plenty of things you could spend that little $200 on.
Yeah, but I don't know where to buy the work boots because I got size 13 shoes and not all Dominican got size 13 shoes.
What the fuck? That's a motorcycle? That's by Pablo.
That's my gas to be
Oh,
probably
so you
not my
hearing that?
home.
Yeah.
Let me mute it.
I had actually, I was like, I know it ain't by me because them if I hear a motorcycle coming through here, then they gotta get shot down because they in my yard for me to hear them.
But yeah, the motorcycle dudes, they be well inconsistent. I can't do nothing about that.
My
Sorry.
son, cause all of that damn noise and they only going like 10 miles per hour, dude. Like my son, why am I just don't buy a can done, my son? Like they
Because
just annoying, dude.
that's because it's not a 9 enough, you know?
It's like, oh,
They like to feel the wind in their face like a bitch.
dog,
Um,
my son. They making all that noise with their motorcycles. Like they want to let everybody in the vicinity know that they are assholes. Like that's all there is to it, dog. Them bikes don't be going nowhere, dog. Them things don't be going nowhere. They
They
just
want
want
to
to let people
assert
know that them are
their
assholes,
presence.
dog.
They want to assert their presence.
their dominance.
No, their presence because they're not dominant. Their presence because
True.
they're not dominant.
Alright.
True.
But anyways,
At this point,
back to the
just buy a
controversial
cat, dog.
topic we were on, relationships.
Oh my god. We didn't even start a
I gonna let
conversation for that
I
yet
gonna let
either.
y'all I gonna let y'all talk about it since y'all it's mostly you guys with the fucked up relationships, honestly.
Hey man, we all had our experiences.
I don't want to
I
hear
mean,
I
you.
mean,
you
yeah,
know,
I had some experiences, but not like y'all.
We did.
You
I
guys
just
that
you.
y'all legit
yeah,
have trauma. I don't have trauma. I just have annoyances.
I know it's
yeah,
Quentin
annoyances.
knows. Quentin knows.
I know about the annoyances because when guess who the annoyances does come to when them can't get to he? Me. They come to me.
how did you get your information down? How did they get your
But don't
number?
make it.
Dog, to this day, I still don't know my son. Like me and Carlo names or nothing that, but to this day, I still don't know. Fam, this girl get my number from God knows where just to talk to me so she could talk to Pablo. Dog, like, that's some next level shit.
Not only your
That,
number, your name, she call you by name.
my everything, dude. My everything. Like Pablo had only mentioned us to this girl like once, you know that. Once he mentioned us to that girl. Just once.
But you did the right thing by leaving that girl, Miss Uncle. That she was a crazy type, man. She would take to cut you in your sleep.
Dog, cause I not ain't even that dude. Like she dude, that girl is the saddest friggin' thing I ever seen in my life, my son. Like dude,
even
you so
like go quit and go. I'll tap my
yeah,
piece
that
on it too.
cause it's like she was such a pathetic human being, dude. It's like you caught up on this man and he don't give a shit about you, dog. Like you need to move on, fam. I hate people who don't be like that, you know, fam. When she had said that heck to me, like she couldn't let go of this man. That heck had pissed me off, and I don't even know why that. Like that shit had pissed me off, dude.
Pablo, right? But ain't like Pablo the best thing out there, though. Cause you know that's just better that.
I'm gonna try not to cry. I'm gonna try not to cry about that, but go ahead.
Hey,
If you wake up feeling something bad happening to you tomorrow, it ain't my fault. I promise.
So what you trying to say? That? What you trying to
say? I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing.
What you trying to You try to go back to the first podcast where I mentioned we ain't even gonna say it again.
Anyways, continue.
I don't never understand how VI girls like they don't use their common sense, like they don't use logic. Like it be all the women. They either cut up on the wrong type of niggas or they like bombs and shit, right? Or me ain't even gonna say you a bum, right? Cause you not. But they either caught up in the wrong type of nigga or they so caught up in a nigga, right? Like Quentin's friend, we ain't gonna mention either. They just like throw away everything else and then just solely focus on a nigga. And that shit is never
dog.
You see, I'm a good guy, okay? I ain't gonna lie. I'm a upstanding gentleman, all right?
That's all I have to say.
No doubt about that.
I'm the pat, but you're a gentleman.
What you say? You know about what?
Upstanding pat. I know you're a gentleman.
Jose, it sounds like you have something that you want to say to me. Come. Every time.
Yeah, we so been on you since we started.
Facts, the man they try all kind of shit at me like I do something. I steal one of your girls' accent or something. Come on. Come on. And no, anytime he's interested in any girl, I got him back all the way through, you know.
I'm just saying, we are friends for a reason. We all are late, so I'm saying we are gentlemen. Me no but an upstanding part, cause I know I'll drop kick some bitches if I have to, right?
Honestly. As we should, you know, drop kick them in the name of gender equality, okay? That's what you gotta do.
I believe in gender equality as well. Oh, dog, listen, they had a time, right? I was listening to my cousin, and she was hearing some video or something, right? And she was like, they had a man saying, as soon as a man is with a woman, he responsibility to take care of that woman and all of her needs. I'm like, excuse me? It don't work. Excuse me?
Of course, right? We gonna sound real biased to the people who don't want to look at it, right? But like when you look at how relationships and just shit in general is, right? Lately, right? And a lot of people won't agree with this, right? Who won't agree with this? They are clearly part of the problem, right? Nowadays, with these relationships, is like the relationship only ain't working when the woman ain't satisfied. Like if the dude ain't satisfied, nobody don't give a fuck. Like people don't really realize like just how much like in terms of a man's like mental like stability and what's not and emotions and what's that. Like people don't give a fuck about how we feel or what we think. Like you check like we live in a world where it's like it's the thing to hate niggas now and it's like niggas can't like. You know, we can't have our own saying these kind of things, or like we don't, you know, we don't have like any type of significance whatsoever. Because like obviously this ain't true for all of it, but you gotta look at it. Listen, like nowadays these girls just don't give a fuck about niggas. That obviously the same could be said back and forth or whatever, but nobody don't really call attention to when it's the guys. Your check is like this girl, she don't like where she at right now with this dude. So like, you know, everybody gonna look at that. But if a nigga say he ain't vibing with this girl or whatever, all of a sudden, no, he's a bad guy. Like, I don't understand that at all. I really don't understand that.
Like, I'll put up a video, for example.
Guys, it's just the fact that everybody wants equality, but in fact, it's just impossible to have.
I mean, like,
subconsciously, everybody will always think, you know, in a supportive way when it comes to women, you know, and instead of guys, you know, because in most people's minds, the guy is supposed to be like the more strong, you know, like
no, but if
emotionally kept, you know, handling the emotions better and what's not, blah blah blah.
Right.
Some people just forget that all of us human. You know, it's that's just life.
But that's the issue there is because it got so much women fighting for gender equality and fighting for men do this and men do that, right? That there's a thing that they themselves be asking if we kill chivalry, like if women kill chivalry, and of course they did, because it reached to the point, right?
They did.
you either so like you beating a man down so much, right? For him not doing this and him not doing that and him not doing this, right? But at the moment he does it, right, he's labeled a simp or oh he do everything for her and he blindly in love and he's so stupid and he this, right? And that's the issue. Because if you fighting for gender equality and we give you gender equality, right? And at that point you be like the fucking the Pikachu meme like, oh, I got what I wanted. You got gender equality. I know you don't like it. So what you gonna do?
Like that, I think like, dude, like honestly, the problem is that like we each respective gender. I say each like is more than just two of them, right? But you know,
whoa, Quentin, I can't be in this stuff.
Don't even start up. Don't start up. Just two genders.
Okay, you know what I mean.
Oh my god, you can't do this. I'm weak. Oh god, you're gonna get me killed. You're going to get me killed, like, sir. Please.
The problem is that we in our respective genders want supremacy over the other dog. Like dudes, like for most of us is like dudes trying like women try and be better than men, right? They try and outdo men and what's not. Like that ain't nothing wrong with that. You check, women want to recreate their own history. They want to be more independent. They want to be more powerful. They want to feel more like their own kind of thing. But like at some point, there's a limit, dog. There's a limit. You check because they really do be overdoing sometimes. And again, it might sound like we sound biased, but I mean, again, it could go both ways. That it really could go both ways. Cause it's like, you know, we live in a society. Well, we live in a society where like we got like these gender roles and these stereotypes that we're supposed to live up to. You know, like men can't be emotional. We can't talk about our feelings or what's not. Like whenever men do these kind of things, it tends to be thrown back in our faces and everything like that. And then they wonder again, is like with the Pikachu surprise Pikachu faces, like they wonder why we're so emotionally detached and we just a bunch of cold assholes because when we show emotion, right, that shit just gets blown up in our faces and it reminds us why we shouldn't do that. You know, we can't appeal to our own humanity because that's just a sign of weakness to people who believe in like that toxic masculinity shit, you know?
Honestly, masculinity. I just always say or feel like I grew up in the wrong generation. I'm more like the physical type of person. Like I don't like to go out, but I'm the physical type of person. I like to see your reactions in person because I can't like see or feel or catch on to them when I texting somebody. So I like to take somebody out, be polite, be a gentleman, right? Shit that's overrated nowadays. Like, you know, just being nice to a person just for being nice and not like just interested or like, cause sometimes like it'll be like classified, oh, you're not into girls because, or I just like want to be friends with a girl. I don't want to check her out, or I don't want to go into that whole drama or like how we just say press a girl or what the fuck now. But
right.
Sometimes it's just seen as you know that you just being nice to a person and they go like, oh, you pressing a girl, you like that person. I'm like, nah, and I really into that, you know.
That's an annoying thing that they, especially down here, they don't do that way too much, fam. It's like you can't interact with anybody opposite sex without people just assuming that y'all mess with each other or y'all together or whatever. Like, dog, I can't have female friends. Or it's like this girl, like she can't have male friends. Like, why this gotta be a thing, dude? I mean, I understand, right? In the BVI, it's so little of us. It's like at this point, basically everybody fuck everybody, right? But I don't mean that you check like if me and this person we interacting, that don't mean we mess with each other. You check? Dog, that would be for real, son. Like, fam, we only like we's a small ass nation, and no dude. When I say everybody, know everybody, that's not an exaggeration, you know.
That's what I be saying. Some
he knows me because I don't leave my house.
Well, I mean, none of us leave our houses, so that's why dating down here. I mean, dating in general is just a bygone concept and it's fucked beyond repair. But down here, dude, what's dating, fam? Dating, that shit is not existent.
What I know as dating is taking somebody out to a date, to an actual date, getting to know somebody, you know, getting to like interact with a person, not this whole virtual shit, dog. I don't like this stupid. Like, listen, like, listen, I'm a very in my mind, I'm a very annoying person, and when I'm annoying somebody, I like to stay away from that person because I feel like I'm being a hindrance or like a bother to that person. So I like if I bothering you, I'm a
Facts,
dip,
dog.
I'm a leave, right? But I can't catch on to that
Cause
vibe.
I tell you, dog, I tell you, right, like when like obviously I'm not the most, how to say, appealing person, whether it's physically or like how I look or whatever, right? But like my personality is a little more out there than people expect. Like obviously I would be shy at first, but that tends to be like with most people. But like once I get
I mean,
comfortable around you
that's just
and
normal
whatnot,
for a
that's
lot of
when
people.
my yeah, dog, that's when my inner crackhead does come out. You check? And then that's when you get the more fun side of me, the more chill or whatever. But if I feel like I've been annoying to you, darling, just say that, dog. You check, because it had times where it's like I really feel like I vibe with this person and whatever, only to find out it's like they basically just hate the sound of my voice, and like they I too like out there for them, like they don't like how passionate others be at times. So it's like to them that's like annoying or obnoxious. So it's like I could understand that. Ain't everybody to vibe with it, right? And honestly, I just be called annoying so much times like it don't phase me. But like just coming from like that person in particular, somebody that you really vibing with, it just hit different, dog. Like that shit would look, he just put you like just bum you the hell out, my son. And then at that point, you don't feel to talk to that person no more. You don't feel to interact with them because you just feel like you bothering them all the time. So you end up distancing yourself by default.
Cause of I mean even call it the last relationship, right? The last mistake, the last mistake. I end up
Got too many of those.
so disconnected, right? Because I want a type of person that like text. I'll text back you fast. I'll always be on my phone. See if you text me, if somebody text me. And after that item my receipts off, I don't care who message me, who call me, who anything. I'll listen. I got points that I don't even want to talk to my parents. And I just want to watch YouTube on my phone and not talk to anybody. Dude. That it reached that point sometimes where like I'm just disconnected. I got everything off. People don't see it, but I don't see their photos because I don't download pictures no more, videos, voice. None of that shit it is, and that's because of the last mistake. Because she had that same mentality where I would message she, and she'll take hours to respond, and she had her read receipts off, and she had all her shit off. So I'm like, what's the same thing then? If other people gonna treat me like this, I gonna treat everybody like this, and that's how I am right now. And I don't
Like,
really know how to get out of it.
dog, like that harvels back to that whole thing where it's like, yeah, you get what you give. So it's like people will be shocked when you when you just decide to just give them a taste of their own medicine. Because it's like people they will be so shocked. It's like, why you like this? And it's like, you made me like this. Like I wasn't like this, dog. Like the person who I was at the beginning of all of this, I am not that person anymore, and that's you to blame, dog. Like obviously you would think to yourself is like, most people just be like, oh, you shouldn't change because of this damn blah blah blah. But I mean, like,
I mean,
you know
that's the whole point. You change because of experience, so you don't commit the same mistakes again. Because
yeah, dog.
if you do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result, that's literally the definition of insanity. That's
Right.
literally the definition of you going mad and crazy. So if you expecting you gonna do the same thing and treat everybody the same how you always been treating them, and expect something different, that's a problem.
Facts.
I
You
really
think,
try
Pablo?
to think of a piece to put in here, but like I can't because like I too chilled for this. I too carefree to see,
Give me
because
a
like
second.
I do, I do. Oh, Quentin, I mean, Jose, God,
Right. He just did. Well, he said, yeah, sick, but this man just did. He's still
should I
here, but like
quickly
he ain't
come
here.
back to finish my piece, or just continue my piece regardless?
I mean, you could continue regardless.
All right. So I say, I don't like everybody around me know I don't like people in general, and we all know I don't really text nobody often.
Yeah, we know. We know. We know.
Yeah,
If anything, you
I
just
kind of,
sleep more than anything.
I am my yeah facts. It's a dream. My sleep is the closest place to my happiness. So yeah,
Right.
that's why. That's why it's most time. So I really don't like. It's really rare for me to even. But like if I did, like when I date somebody, it gotta be somebody who actually makes me want to not be in my sleep. So I don't be just dating anybody. Like and these kind of people are rare. So I know like since I've been here, like I only been with what 3 people, and honestly, none of them really last long because 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 it's like some people don't even know what they want. They just go in. How I swear half of the people here just dating because they're bored. You know.
Dog, nobody don't be date like fam. Like the whole point of dating and want to be in a relationship is like you supposed to expect some kind of longevity out of this. You check like
Facts.
I don't remember the last time people date and that whole relationship hasn't expired within like 6 months, dog. Like if me and you together, we supposed to be planning to be together for life, dog. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
Facts.
Ain't no temporary vibes around here.
People out there,
But you
people out there looking for a small time of fun, and I ain't about that
yeah,
life.
dog. Like people
I got a kind of energy for that.
facts do like that's why people either relationships don't last or nobody wants to be in a relationship at all because people so temporary is like it's literally a waste of your time and your energy and even your money to be dealing with people who just not gonna be in your life for that long. Honestly.
Like, listen, right? There's literally like it had this argument I heard, right? That a female will best friend a dude because he's husband material and she's not ready to settle down. So she'll go through her bum phase or her whole phase or whatever, right? Until she's ready. Hold that dude in the friend zone there until she feel ready to like make him like a husband material. But what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying, at the moment you try and go for that dude, he ain't no husband material no more. Cause you friend zone him so long, right? That this nigga turn toxic. This nigga he whole face and he doing the same thing you were doing when you were in your whole face, right? So that's the issue, right? Cause they don't want to date for like I saying for long term relationship. They don't want to date to settle down. They want to date for fun. And that's what I just find an issue with it, right? I want to date to eventually find somebody to settle down. This whole for fun shit is not my vibe. This I don't got time for fun. I don't got time for fun. I out here trying to make money. I out here trying to get graduated, right? Trying, make a successful life. But these people it's just like I said, we born in the wrong generation. That it's just it don't make sense a lot of times.
I mean, it's not even to say like ain't nothing wrong with dating for fun, but like if you're not gonna stick around for long and you gonna just waste my time and my energy and everything, then you should just stay away from me, dog, and just stay away from people in general. Find somebody who on the same wavelength as you. You check. Like if you just want sex, then find somebody who also just wants sex that you would be attracted to. You check. Don't go deceiving people saying like, oh yeah, you want more than just that. You check. Like it got billions of people are. It got billions of people out. We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that.
Wait, what happened? I was distracted playing God knows what. Huh?
I was silently throwing shit out like.
Yeah, Mr. Brito, tell me, I talking from experience, dog. We're not gonna talk about that. But I mean, I speak on behalf of a lot of people when I say this here, dog. I speak on behalf of a lot of people when I say this here. It's like, don't stop wasting other people's time. Don't fuck around with people, do like you don't disturb anybody peace, and you know you ain't gonna add to that peace. If you gonna just disrupt anybody else's peace, leave them the fuck alone, dog. That's what you need to do. You check. Don't come into somebody's life, wreck shit, and then just leave, and then you want to play like you're the victim. Like that's something like they like to do nowadays too. My son. It's like they don't do their wrongs and they act like they ain't do no wrong, and like they're the ones who are being done wrong. Like that's what I would never understand, whether it's niggas or these females that because it really do be coming from both sides of the spectrum in relationships. Like just come on, bro.
They don't want to play the victim. They just want to play the victim.
That's why it got people who just rather be alone, dog. Like it never really used to be a thing where it's like, yeah, I would rather be alone. Like that used to be looked down on a bad thing, but nowadays it's like there's no other alternative because literally anybody else who you try to mess with, you just setting yourself up for some bullshit to happen your way, dog. You check? Obviously,
I've been alone for a long while, and that's just
dog.
Don't take it
honestly, dog. Honestly, facts, dog. being alone ain't even as bad anymore. It's like once you got like your little friends or whatever. Like I mean, having friends, even just like
once you get used to the
okay,
household,
dog, it's like even if you're in a relationship but you got like your friends or whatever, honestly, that's all you really need. Like, if you ain't got no friends, then that's cool, dog. Like if you don't feel like you want to make friends, if you really want to be alone, huh? Then that's something that you really have to commit to, because being this alone shit does get depressing. But I mean, once you really get accustomed to it, it's like yeah, you ain't gonna really want to mess with no other human beings and shit, you know?
I had tried to make a friend the other day. I got rejected. A friend,
Damn.
right? And, like I think I have mentioned this already last podcast. I have find somebody that speak English in the school I in, right? The school I in, like high end school, whatever the strokes. They biting me in the ass right now because I didn't know it was this much work, and I had to retire class because I'm taking like 6 classes to get on. That one was too much. I just walk sometimes and whatever. But like,
Right.
I found somebody that speak English. I was like, what? The first person in DR that speak English, and I get to contact that person. I'm like, yo, we's friends because you don't speak English. I don't speak English. I ain't got nobody to speak English. Wait, they're like, oh, you gotta be smoother than that. It was a female, by the way. I'm not trying to be smooth.
Damn.
I ain't got no
Yeah,
friends.
fam.
I try to make friends.
From time you say that it was a female, I had just know that. Yeah, I had done know it was a female from when
Like,
you say you get rejected. That
I'm
cause like
really not trying to impress you.
that's okay. That's another thing, right? What is aggravating with women nowadays, right? This is something they need to understand. Women, females, whatever, right? Opposite gender, right? Y'all need to understand, right? As doggish as a lot of dudes are, not all of us just trying to fuck you and just that's it, dog. Sometimes we generally just be like, hey, what's popping? You know, we
What's
try and
good?
just be human, connect as human beings. You check like in any no relationship wise, like like them type of girls really just be self-entitled and just think that they is everything and then everything is about them, dog. Like them is the kind of girls that would just think that the world revolves around them, where like they feel like they could just any type of interaction is some type of advancement and then they could just reject that. Like if you like she could have just been like, okay, I don't really feel like being friends with you or whatever, but then she was like, you gotta try harder than that. Like as if you trying to like
Oh,
shoot your shot or
that's
whatever.
not
Like that like
it.
that's the annoying thing with me, my son. It's like get over yourself, dog. Not everybody trying to shoot their shot at you, dog. Like real talk. Get over
Yeah,
yourself. That's annoying. That's
me,
bullshit.
I was like, this, like, I just like have for instance, right? Like, somebody will like, oh, we got this and this in common, right? Like, me really trying to impress nobody because, like, right now, I ain't bought a life. I ain't bought a life. I'm about studying, trying to finish school, and then try to get some guap, like I said, right? And then
Facts,
we're like,
dog.
hey, cause you be like, I message her after that, come like, oh, she gonna probably think I pressing her, I try and get her, and me really want to come off like that, so I just not message her.
Right. That and another dog. Them girls, they just again, it's not like we just biased because like oh we dudes, so like we automatically go and shit talk women and what's not. But I mean like the facts are right there. It's right there for you to see. We're not just talking this shit for the sake of it. This is things that happens. Obviously it don't be for everybody, but I mean it's the loud majority. You check, and like them girls. Another thing I don't like when them girls is like, okay, right? So dudes really do be moving thirsty up in this bitch, right? But I
I
just
was one of
don't
them. I was
understand.
one
I don't understand like how these girls is just be like, okay, somebody try and shoot a shot or whatever. Just tell them it's like, okay, you don't want to talk to them or like you take or whatever. And if they persist, then just block them and go about your business. You check. Why you prolonging the conversation just to screenshot and post on Facebook, thinking you could get a little laugh like you some type of fucking comedian, dog? Like that shit ain't cute. Nobody finds that amusing. It's like, okay, you just showing how much of an asshole you really is. Because I mean, anybody who's a proper human being would just be like, hey, I'm taking or I ain't really looking for that kind of vibes. And if they persist, then just block them. You check? Like it's so simple as that. But like they really want so much attention that they would screenshot these conversations, right? Now at times it's like maybe some dudes would say some outrageous shit. And it probably would be funny, like, when other people see. But like, for the most case, it's like, just don't do that, dog. Why you out here just screenshotting your conversation with other people? Just keep that shit to yourself. You check? I mean, if you want to laugh about it with your friends, like a little group chat or whatever, do that. But you gonna post that shit on social media, Miss son, keep it to yourself. Nobody ain't trying to see that. It ain't funny. You just being an asshole for no reason. You check that's how much attention you want, dude. Like, really? That's all that you want, dog? Like, that's how bad it'll be, fam. And that's what is really annoying me. Like, it got so much shit that women do that just piss me the hell off. And then they would, I would be saying these things, and then people would just be like, "Oh, dog, you sound like you just hate women." It's like, nah, dude. Like, niggas that do shit that'll piss me off too, but like nobody don't talk about the shit that women be doing at all. It's always what niggas be doing, but not what these women be doing.
We gotta start the same bitches and
That's
shit.
deep.
We gotta start the same.
So deep that Adele can roll in it.
Huh?
I said it's so deep that Adele can roll in it.
Wow. You don't?
for every female that say niggas ain't shit, we gotta say bitches ain't shit too.
Because
I will not say that because I am on the neutral side of things as usual.
yeah, you try and stay right down the middle.
No,
As
it's
always,
one
right?
for one tip for that. But every time they say niggas ain't shit, we gotta say bitches ain't shit, okay?
I
Dog,
think
like
all
they
people.
That's
Honestly,
that's equality.
Personally, I
That's
think
equality. You can't argue with that. That's equality.
I hate everybody equally, so I don't really give a shit. It's like watching. It's like watching ants be mad at each other. It's like, okay, and
dog. It's like at this point, it's not even whether like bitches ain't shit or these niggas ain't shit, dog. Like all of us as human beings, we are garbage, okay? We are absolute garbage and horrible, deplorable living beings, dog.
Amen.
Like that's just how it is. Like we cause so much like detriment to ourselves, dude. Like on a daily basis, it's like we just can't. We just can't live in no type of peace and whatever. It's like everybody just wake up and choose violence, and the people who be minding their business, we always gotta get a shot into the stick either way.
Like to be honest, right? We caused COVID, you know? Like we caused this shit on ourselves, right?
As usual, everything that happened, we most likely we caused it ourselves.
Yeah, like
anything.
If it was a
monopoly,
natural,
everything.
Like
we stabbing because we stabbing each other. Everybody, people
honestly,
broke
dog,
because
like,
we broke each other. It's just we made it
right?
how it is, and that's how it is. I don't.
Any type of misfortune that befalls the world itself is like humans have to blame for that. Like anything outside of natural causes, you better believe us as human beings,
some
we
of
are
the
the ones
natural,
who are damaging
even some of the
ourselves.
natural causes are because of us too.
Right? If anything, it would just be as secondhand or collateral, dog. Like we always gotta do some shit that would negatively affect somebody else, bro. Like we can't just ever do something that would everybody could benefit
Because we
off
like
of.
that money.
It always have to be one above the other. You know, we can't ever be in unity and just be aligned on the same level. You check? It always it's always like they always say it's like every man for themselves, but who say it gotta be like that, dog? You check? You know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Like what? So what? We can't have that type of mentality, dude. Like,
because
you know, we don't have to be against one another, but obviously as human beings, we just refuse to live in peace.
The only way I could see humans coming together is if there's a huge common enemy, like world ending kind of common enemy.
That would be an alien.
Dog, at this point, the aliens don't even want to see us. Like we so messed up. It's like he's like, yeah, we don't leave these people alone. They don't want to see us, dog.
It's like watching a bunch of ants be mad at each other. Aliens just watching us. It's like you gonna interfere watching one ant hole try to get into another ant hole. You gonna care? You gonna walk past and say, "Oh my god, I'm so interested into what's gonna happen here." No, nobody gives a fuck.
That'll solve right.
Now your mind just messed up. You need to go. You need to go.
The point is, right? The point is, what was the point I will mention? I don't even know that. Like, if Quentin, Quentin, you high?
Am I?
Are we?
I just had a life. That's awesome. I just had a life.
I wouldn't say high on life, but or something along those lines. Yeah, I could go with that.
Dog, honestly, it's like my I just want to be at peace at this point, dude. Like messing with other human beings is like that's such a detriment to your livelihood. Like like we as human beings are messed up when we just affecting each other negatively, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, all of that shit, right? Like when your alternative, right, is to be alone, and that's your healing process, and that's what makes shit better and brings you more at peace, then you know that human beings are just fucked up to the point where you don't want to deal with them, and not dealing with them makes it a whole lot better. Like I really don't get this, son. Well, like it really reached to a point where it's like you just tired of everybody. You just want, like the little few friends that you got, you just want to just chill out and just say F the world and just vibe and do what you gotta do, live your best life. But the
Like
problem
sit
with a lot of people too, right?
on a couch, eat some pizza, and just chill with your friends.
And dog, like I can have it back to like gender roles and what's not, dog. Like the way how men and women look at living your best life, like the way how we look at it respectively is like a whole other process. Though, like when us dudes, like our idea of fun could literally be anything, dog. Like women will look at the stuff that men be doing and just be like, they really like like they really just thing like that. And I mean, men will be like that too with women. Again, like I say, it'll be like that both ways. But like we'll enjoy the simplest of shit, dude. Like just sitting down and then just like talking like how we doing right now. That's peak enjoyment for us. Meanwhile, women, for the most part, is like for them to live their best life involves like partying or like doing some hood rat shit or some hot girl shit. That whole hot girl vibes is like, yeah, like just go. Obviously, ain't like that for everybody. Some of these girls, like their idea of having fun is just like, yeah, with your friends and
Hot
everything as
for
well.
summer.
You know what I remember?
But like that, when them girls look at like.
Do you remember the video I sent you, Quentin, about Ray not understanding it, about Ray not getting it?
That one TikTok, yeah.
Yeah,
That
because
like them girls will look at like hot girl shit or like hot girl someone like living your best life. They really think, a lot of them don't really think that amounts to just being a hoe. You check? It's like just like, okay, drugs, sex, or any type of wild ass shit that people don't normally do on a daily basis. It's like if that's what if that's the best fun you could have, then you need to reevaluate your circle and your whole life, dog. Like what you just don't say, hey, let me just go driving out or whatever, let me go watch a movie, let me play a game or something like that. That's like what guys do, but women don't typically tend to do that kind of stuff. On occasion, I would like to see like how them girls will just be like, hey, let's have a sleepover. You check. I like how that's like the one thing that stays consistent. Is like, yeah, they just want to chill and just talk about shit and whatever. Like some girls do that, and then it's like for the most part, a lot of them just want to do whole ass shit, and that's them living their best life.
like you just mentioned, right? I hate how right now I under curfew. Like I've been under curfew since COVID started, right? Curfew never been off
Right.
idea, right? And I can't drive at night. Like let's say when you're driving at night, right? And that night breeze like hit you, and you driving like just on the highway, hey, I miss a heck out of that. Because
Honestly, it's like what I really miss. It's just like sit down and play a game with my boys. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I bored, so let me just. I mean, obviously we could play online and what's not, but I mean, like that's it. It don't hit as well as like when you and your boys together. It's like you got snacks, you got drinks, you got food and whatever. You watching movies or you playing game and you just talking shit. You check like that's a definition of like fun times for us dudes. Like it really do be the littlest of things and the simplest of things for us, dog. Like that's
the
why
simple thing,
that's why
the simple thing, the
that's why
barbaric
it,
thing,
it
bro.
really is that's why it really is true when we say that men are simple and women are just complex, dog. Like it really just don't take much for us because I mean like that's just who we are. But women is like they really are just complex and just so damn extra.
Like they don't have a simple meaning. Like they'll listen. Women are like English teachers, right? The English teacher will tell you what this sentence mean by this writer, and 2 2s later, the writer just try to say the rose is red, but she go off
Fact,
here
dog.
thinking she on here thinking, oh, he's signifying the color or the beauty of the rose or some sharpness like that. Like, listen, the rose is red. It's that simple.
Like they just be mad intricate, dog.
In my opinion, if that's how they enjoy in their life, right, that's good for them, anyway. Cause like who cares in the end? Like in the end, like I say, we are going dead alone, and
I mean,
you know,
point
in the
there,
end, like in the end, you don't want to. At least like when you're at your wits end, or whenever whenever shit happening, the ending for you. You could say, hey, at least I enjoyed my life. You don't want to look back and say I regretted doing this and that. So if women enjoy living as chaotic as they enjoy to live, that's on them. That's how they choose to enjoy wherever they enjoy. You see, of course, nobody going. Other people around them ain't going to enjoy it because other people like to study other people's business and shit. And it could affect people and what's not. But in the end, it's nobody gives a shit because in the end, as I said, we all gonna be alone, and who cares? Let them
is
enjoy
that
their life. Let it enjoy their life. Let them do what they want, and only when it's at the end they'll know if they fuck up or not. Because of course you're free to have your own opinions, as we all should, because
Right.
opinions matter to
No,
I
nobody.
mean, do they? Do they?
no,
Do they?
they don't.
No,
No,
listen,
they
I'm
don't.
the type of person, listen, let's be very clear, right? I'm the type of person that think opinions do not matter at all, right? Okay, some opinions, like
Exactly.
constructive
That's why he's
opinions,
saying y'all could say what you want because in the end, that's your opinion.
that's,
And of
you got a
course,
point there.
once
You got
people
a
watch
point.
this video, they'll either agree or disagree
Or
with your
disagree.
opinion, and that's fine. Again, that's fine because people and their opinions and what's not. Half of the people who watch, who know, for example, one of the people who acts like that. For example, like one of the girls who you talking about acts like that watching this video. They won't give a shit at all what you say because
Dog.
they know they that's how they enjoy living. They won't give a shit. They either continue, and if for some of them might contemplate, and if they do
Right.
contemplate and they do say, okay, maybe I should. If they think after listening to what you think that they've been doing wrong, I mean, in the first place when they were doing it, they didn't really enjoy it like they
Right.
thought they did, and they were just doing it because they didn't really have anything better to do. You know,
I mean, if
like
that's your cause for doing something because you don't have nothing better to do, you just need to question your whole life. Not
I mean, not really.
like
I do
for you,
have like
like you need to
you doing
question your
things that
life
you
choices.
like. Everybody does things because they don't have nothing better to do. For example, um, right now I'm doing this because I have nothing better to
And that I'm like that.
Because I never in my life have I ever said I wanted to join a podcast. But of course I would still join because I love I'm happy to be here to enjoy the commentary and add my
Right.
piece, my 2 piece and what's not. I enjoy it. I didn't know I enjoyed it until I did it. So that's the thing.
In fact, dog.
We all continuously do things and experience things that we
To
never
find
thought we would
enjoyment in
enjoy
it.
until we do it. And that's another thing. So I think, of course, again, you're free to have your opinion and what's not. But I in my mind, everybody should do whatever they want, I guess, because
Right.
we all go in the end. We gonna have nothing. We don't know what happens every day, so it's best to just if you think that what you're doing is going to make your life better for yourself, feel free and go fuck up yourself. I guess. That's all I try to say. You guys can
Hey,
continue
hey,
though.
no man, but you put into proper words the song from Linkin Park. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I wanted to sing it, but then
Exactly.
copyright,
You know.
copyright. But yeah, you got a fair point there because other people's opinion. I understand there's people that live by other people's opinions and what other people say and think about them,
Sadly,
and they change their whole
that's
perspective.
kids.
And
Majority kids,
I mean,
Right.
especially.
but young kids, that's their way of thinking. But because for me, at a certain age, well, at a very early age, because of the whole bullying shit, people opinions didn't really matter. Like, especially my parents' opinions, for some weird reason, they're like, my father would always tell me, when you gonna mature, when you gonna mature. I'm like, I don't need to mature. Mature is for boring people. Like, oh, you need to mature. I like, mine, my mind is more mature than half of the people I know it. And I've been doing more mature shit. Like, I've been adulting more than half of the adults I know that. And it's just to prove you that you could be childish and still be responsible, or you could be responsible and still like and be a complete bum. Like well, I don't know if I said that right. Like, be childish and still be a bum. But the point is that if you live by other people's opinions and what other people think of you, you will never truly love yourself and live your life how you want to and enjoy yourself. You know, but that's what I'm trying to say.
That's why I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, right? It's like we as human beings, right? We need to just like do what makes us happy, right? I know that kind of just contradicting like everything that I was saying earlier, right? But like there's a fine line between like not giving a shit and like actively doing things that would just like mess you up, dog. You check, like, obviously like, you shouldn't care what other people think, but at the same time it's like don't just be doing any and everything that gonna figure you up in the long run, or whether it's long term or short term or whatever. You check, but like at the same time, like, do what makes you happy, dog. Like, when you try to live up to other people's expectations and standards, you're just setting yourself up for like a whole other level of just like depression and all kind of stuff. Like, you constantly trying to keep up this image for other people rather than yourself, dog. Like, we like those people who like start off from young, being prodigies and what's not, being talented, having good grades, being super smart. Like, they have to keep that up. Otherwise, like, people just be like, oh, you automatically a disappointment because you're not like what you used to be and all that kind of stuff. And to me, it's like that's what has really messed with a lot of people's mental health nowadays. Like, we try to please too many people when we really should just be doing what makes us be at peace and what makes us happy. You check, like, so it's like, okay, so my classmate get an A+ on his test, but I get a B, right? Even if this man do better than me, that doesn't like take away from the fact that I did good. You check, I did good. Yeah, I could do better, but at the same time, I could have done a lot worse. I did good for what my outcome was compared to what the regular consensus would be.
I mean,
Ain't everybody gotta be a top dog up in this bitch. You check, as long as we doing what makes us happy. That's all that really should matter.
what you just mentioned there reminds me of a trait of toxic parenting. One of my parents had a mention, which is every time I do something, either be in primary school or in high school, right? They'll put me, especially in primary school, right? Because the top student that we graduated with, I used to be in
Right.
part with her sometimes, and the comparison I will always get what she got. I was like, what she got is what you ain't get. I like, I'm not her. I don't study. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like her, and that's like a thing. Like, a lot of toxic parents have, they try to compare you as a child with other children when you don't know their
Right.
condition or your condition, or if they just like try 10 times more than you and you are here just winging it, and you in the same level as that person by winging it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody not the same. Everybody not gonna have the same conditions, same living environments, or same motivation, right? Like I said, some of
Exactly.
us just wing it. We just out here survive it. you know, we not we out here. We not trying to shoot for others. We just try to graduate. you know.
Dog, like, they like, really got them parents out there who will just be putting the child in a tough spot to maintain what they want out of them. But it's like you have they never really stop to question, like, is my child doing all right? Like, are they happy and that kind of stuff? They just worry, like, they always like to come. That's another thing that parents that do that is really toxic. Like, they always comparing their children to other people, whether it's like they compare you to like a sibling or some other relative or like their friend's kid or some shit like that. Like, that's something that just need to stop. Like, we need to leave that like 10 generations ago, fam. We shouldn't be doing those things, dog. Like, we should just focus on the fact that, like, okay, yeah, my child is doing good. Even if he's not at the top, I'm still proud of him. That's something that we don't hear too much of nowadays, dog. Like, you don't hear too much of like, I'm proud of you or you're doing great. We don't get that type of motivation from parents like how it used to be, how it's supposed to be.
You
I
know,
don't know. My parents are proud of me because my father literally said he proud of me for the way I just behave, right? Because he over there, I'm somewhere else, and I'm not out here in these streets because I could well been, right? I could have well been, but I decided to like keep calm, stay home. You don't never find trouble in your own house. Sometimes it is you don't find trouble in your own house, sometimes it be your own family members want to do you in
I mean,
but
that's to be expected, dog. It's like that.
you don't find actual trouble in your own house. You know what I'm saying? So
you see, I myself used to be compared to this stuff, and I never gave a shit because I can't eat grades. So,
like I said, hey, this right down here, we'd have to defile us.
Listen, I had my carefree attitude from way young. Like I don't know what happened, but I used to catch on. I catch on to life a little too early. And I was just like, man, I just going to live to enjoy life because these grades, it just ain't it. Like what? Like I have known from a long time. But I used to always be in class just watching people try hard to pass this, feel upset when they do their homework or when they do something. I never used to give a shit. Like I used to pass all my classes, but I literally used to never give like a shit. Like when I get a high grade, when I get a low, it all just felt exactly the same. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. I just used to be like, I was always living life to just enjoy it. So I was like, so grades, and whenever people say compare me, I was like, and like, is it like it's not changed. Like if I had the only thing, I don't ever understand. It could change people's lives, I guess, but like in my mind, it just never really felt like it was anything different whether I had a high grade or a low grade. If I had high grades and passed with all high grades, people expect way too much from me. Everybody always expecting you to put that minimum of effort. But if you always giving them your minimum effort, and nobody ever gonna expect anything, and I just enjoy living like that because
that's facts.
when I feel like I want to do something good, then I will do it. I ain't doing it for nobody to look at me and be like, oh, that's great, you do that, blah blah blah. I'm like, give a fuck. I do it for myself. I do it to make myself feel good, not to make anybody else say, oh, and show off. Look how proud I is of blah blah blah. Never give a shit.
Like that's another thing with parents too, is like they only really give a shit about the accomplishments that their children get just so they could brag about to other people that.
I mean, that don't make no sense though.
I don't know if I'm that. Obviously, this don't apply to all of them, right? But it got like a good bit of parents where it's like they really want their children to go do good so like they could brag about it. We just see that a lot in all different cultures and perspective and what's not.
Why would you brag about somebody else's accomplishments, even though that person is your child? Why would you brag about somebody else's accomplishments?
Like I don't mind like, being proud, right? But like being proud of them is one thing. But like when you actively just be like, yeah, my son or my daughter is better than yours and blah 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 and this and that, it's like you need to stop that out. That's too much. You're doing too much, dog. Chill out. You're doing too much.
If that a standard, I mean, because wait, listen, literally the other day, well not the other day, a few moments back, right? I was depressed because I'm like, all my friends are graduating, right? All of my friends, my classmates from like high school graduating, college. So I'm like, damn, what I doing with my life?
I don't give a shit about that. I was happy for them.
That's the same thing, right? Somebody had asked me this the other day. It's like you don't feel weird that y'all started college together and these people come out before you. Now, myself from like say 4 or 5 years ago, I would have been real depressed about that shit, right? But now it's like when I tell you out of high school, just make me realize a lot of things where it's like a lot of shit just don't matter as long as you doing good. You check, like it shouldn't matter how long it take me and this other person to get in employment. It's like, okay, they got their degree in 2 years. All right, it don't make no difference that I got it in 4 years compared to their 2 years. I got my degree. That's all that matters. I got my degree. This is something that I was working for, and this is something that satisfied me. That I got my degree. I don't care how long it takes, as long as I do it. This is something that I working for. This is something that I'm ambitious about. Okay, not everybody gonna be on the same wavelength on the same time. The check is like if you got it in 2 years, that's good for you. Your check, I could admire you for that. Yeah, I could acknowledge that, but don't downplay me because it took me twice as long.
That's something I always argue with my parents, that especially with my mom, right? Which is school don't really matter, right? I mean, it kind of does, but just at the end run of it. Like to say, oh, I graduated from high school or I graduated from college or university or whatever. Because, like, 9 out of the 10 times, right, the school don't ask you what grade you graduated with. It just asks you, did you graduate? I'd be like, yeah,
Right.
I did. It don't ask you how long it took you. It asks you, did you graduate, right? And then it comes to the second point, which was Pablo would literally describe the mentality that I at right now, which college, which is I don't give a shit. We are here. We are here. Listen, right? I supposed to be doing an assignment. I know.
Right.
But I
Cause
mean,
it's like,
I have to give it a part.
it's like you do give a shit, but at the same time you really don't. Like you give a shit about trying to better yourself and like trying to do better and pursuing what you want to do in life. But at the same time, it's like you don't give a shit in regards to like being compared to other people or like well where your progress is or like the rate in which you are progressing and everything. You know, it's like we forget nowadays is like we still young, you know, we still got a whole lot of years ahead of us to get our shit together and actually do shit, you know, like
We only
we
got 20.
our generation have the mentality that we're supposed to be millionaires and CEOs and just business people by the age of like 25 or something, and it's like, yeah, it's achievable, but not everybody gotta be like that. I remember from y'all remember the Incredibles movie from when you was younger, right? I remember the bad guy syndrome, whatever his name was. He said something, right? Even as a kid, that shit had struck a chord, right? Where he said, like, if everybody is super, then nobody is super. Which basically is the same as saying, like, if everybody is special, then nobody is special, dog. You check? So just do what makes you happy. You don't gotta be as good as this person. You don't gotta be better than this person. As long as you doing good and you prospering and you getting your shit on the right track, that's all that should matter.
And like,
Another thing about that, Jose, shut up, I'm talking.
Yeah.
I have plenty time to talk. I only talk every now and then. Okay, so when I talk, everybody shut up. Anyways, about that, when people say, you know, how other people graduating before you, my cousin, like I said, was a hangover. Just a couple. My cousin, who like 5 years younger than me, by the way, just graduated couple last week. So, and
Wow,
Patty, we went to no college.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
He's 5 years younger than you.
she's 19 and she graduated college.
That don't make sense.
No, it make
What do you mean,
she
huh?
did
It makes sense, yeah.
she did a lot of class, like she pushed a lot of classes to graduate quick.
Yeah,
But-
it's
And she
possible.
did like she
Why-
was doing like 6, 7. She was doing 6, 7 classes a semester.
Yeah, people do that.
And
high school? That's my question.
huh?
What age you graduated from high school? That's my
She
question.
done she graduated
16.
she graduated a year. She graduated because she was 17 or something like that.
Yeah, like the regular
Okay,
age that we graduate.
She was in private school, so she didn't have to do 6 years of high school. So you know.
Yeah, not everybody like how we did high school down here. So
I graduated
bullshit.
at 18.
But yeah, anyways, so yeah, she graduated, and people were like, "Oh, you got your cousin graduating?" Like, I just, me and my cousin went out and had shots together. I celebrate with her because I'm proud of her. She do something because she
right,
did that for herself. She didn't do that to impress nobody. She did that because she wanted to get everything over with as fast as possible so she could start living her life.
facts.
And I love that she did that shit. I love it, and that's why we went and we get drunk, and it was a blast. Anyways, that's my piece. No special advice in that. I just showing off that we went go drink, and that's it.
Not me, but I'm take it as many classes as possible to graduate quick. Listen, I take 6 classes this semester, and that shit is biting me in the ass. Okay, biting me. Oh, the other point is right. Like Quentin was saying, we don't move at the same pace. Like, listen, like she graduated before. Is that she?
Huh?
Whatever. Your cousin graduated before you, right? But I well know you had a profession before she did, though, because you had a job. I don't know if you're still doing your job with boat cleaning. I know you got technical expertise. You could always get a job in that. But I know you got proper profession in that. And like me, I got profession in that as well. I have a profession in
Right.
electrician. a professional in technical
I just do anything that I find interesting and fun, and if I like it, I'll learn it and learn it to a point that
exactly. That's having back to what we said about just doing what makes you happy, dog.
Exactly. Even though we got people that we graduated before us, we somehow were more advanced in life than them. Because it's great that you graduate, but it's also great that you got plan A, B, C, D, E, and because at a moment you can't you graduate and can't find a job at the thing you graduate. What you gonna do with your life?
Right.
Oh no.
And that's majority of the people. A lot of people graduate and they don't even get half.
And that's the problem.
So it don't even make a difference whether you had a GPA of 4.0 or 2.0. Like, it's just like what you could get done with everything that you got from, doing high school and doing college or whatever.
Exactly.
Like I remember, right? I have a cousin, right? And I used to get compared to this cousin a lot. She was up there. Get checked, like she always had good grades. She always had a 4.0 GPA. She was more responsible. She was more grown and more adult than me. You check, kudos to her, right? I admire the hell out of her, right? Huh?
Even cousin? Or
Yeah. I'm a mama side.
Okay.
And kudos to her. I admire her for that, right? She's like about a year or two younger than me. I think about a year. Yeah,
I
about.
thought you were in the same class. I thought you were in the same class.
No. She's a year younger than me, right? So it's like, okay, she getting like scholarships and what's not. She got like a 4.0 GPA. She like one of like the top 10 in like the whole country and all them kind of vibes and like whatever. And like obviously, they're gonna compare to me because like I was a good student in my own right. I used to have like my good grades and what's not. I used to I used to do good shit. But like when high school came around is when I really used to realize like I really thought like I could have keep up this whole shtick with like maintaining like 100% proper good grades and shit. But like when you realize it's like okay, it got people better than you and what's not. Like if you want to try to do better, then that's cool. You have the drive, you have the motivation, but don't beat yourself up about it that because you got people doing better than you. Don't let other people's progress and like their achievements and everything take away from your individuality. Cause that ain't to say like, you ain't doing good. Just because they're doing better don't mean you ain't doing good. You check? So like I had stopped giving a shit that I was being compared to said cousin because at the end of the day, she probably doing way better than me, but at the end of the day still, she can't do what I do. And that's where that what makes me special. You check? She's studying like she doing like her sciences and whatever. So like she trying to get her little bachelor degree and everything, right? I fell in love with working with technology and software and all kind of stuff, right? And eventually that kind of led me into doing graphic design, right? That's something that very few people in my family, let alone like just the like people around the place here in general, could say that they could really do. You check, graphic design is something that I find myself being motivated to do, and that's what makes me different. That's what makes me special because this is something that I'm good at, and this is something that I continuously improving in. You check? Like obviously I proud of my cousin as well, dog. Like trust me, ain't a day that don't go by where I was like, cuz you doing good shit. Keep it up. You check? Ain't a day that don't go by where I was giving her affirmations and what's not because she really be doing her absolute hardest and she'll be again making them results, dog. It'll be paying off for her. But at the same time, it's like, I really do be doing my own shit, and even if I ain't on that level, I enjoy what I doing, and I'm being really good at it too.
The problem is you could never compare other people to other people. But like you said, you're doing graphic design. There's a very limited number of people who do actual. And when I say actual graphic design, I don't mean that app shit.
Yeah.
Like when you download the app, you put this profile on it, and you do this and add that. Anybody could do that. Anybody could do that. I mean,
Right.
actual graphic design. You know what I'm saying? And the same could go for me, right? Um, I just try to be humble. I just say I'm humble. But the fact of the matter is, right, at the age I got, people told me that you know too much shit for the age you got because I know AutoCAD. I want to know, I say the basics of AutoCAD because I know we got teach that in high school and I think for like up to this day I still know some of it.
All
I
right.
know electrical work, HVAC, bilingual, what else? Technical shit. Listen, and I don't like, and I don't even really say that this after, like, oh, I boasted, I know more than you and more than you, because it don't really matter who know more than who, you know. Like
I
once,
see.
like exactly, like once you enjoy what you do, and you can make a profession out of that, and you can put bread on the table at the end of the day, and you can like sustain yourself, like, because listen, we're not gonna live with our parents all our life, you know. You gonna have
Why?
a point where they be like, hey, you gotta leave, dog. Like you gotta do it.
Facts.
Like,
Sir.
I paid too much of your shit. You gotta go. It's time for you to go. Right? We gotta be independent, and we gotta put food in our own tables, and eventually we gotta have our own families. I mean, we really ready for no children, you know. Fuck them kids. But
Yeah, that. Well, ain't nobody really ready for that. You gotta be financially stable for them kind of thing. Them, so.
listen, I've been saying that. I tell my cousin that, right, I want to be financially stable before I have children. I'm like, that never happened. I like, such is life.
Well, I just say you don't get kids then.
Right? Because listen,
It's
she
simple.
pregnant right now. She pregnant right now, right? And they not financially stable. That I seen the struggle they're going through. I'm like, I ain't want to fucking kids. Like, listen, I'm 22. My father's still taking care of me. That's a whole 20 something year investment, you know. What if that investment don't pay you back?
Dog. I mean, like, okay, as a parent, right, you shouldn't have to be living and raising your kid just to expect them to pay back what you
No,
do. I mean, it would be
that's the
nice.
obligation.
Yeah, it would be nice, you know, but at the same time, it's like that you shouldn't have to throw that back in your kids' face. It's like that was your choice. It was your choice to have kids. It was your choice to raise them kids. So you shouldn't be expecting anything other than the happiness and the love and the affection and what's not to be reciprocated. That's about it. You shouldn't just be like, oh, you 18 now, you making money, pay me back. It's like, nah, you that ain't how you supposed to be as a parent, dog. You shouldn't be doing that shit. Check? That's how it's supposed to be. And the thing about it too is that
I broke
nowadays
it.
it's like
I don't know what it is, but I just know I broke it.
What?
It's a clamp
What the
to
hell that
hold the
is?
phone, right? And I broke
That's
it.
a
I
whip.
don't know how I broke it.
That's a
Nah,
whip.
why everything is a whip to you, dog? Why everything is a whip to you, fam?
Listen. Okay, so it's kind
Quentin,
of
no,
like
I don't
my
like
cousin,
you.
right? It's
Dog,
this.
look at that. Look in horse hand. You go tell me that ain't a whip.
No, dude,
So you tell me
no.
you wouldn't go smack Demetrius' butt with that.
Listen, no.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't make it a whip.
It's supposed to be a clamp, right? That you put on the table like that. Like you put it on the
Low
table,
key,
and then it holds
from a
a
distance,
phone
it
clamp,
looks like
right?
a whip. Quentin should have camera your whip that you have in your back. I know you have it
Dog,
there still.
wait.
So like I was saying, right, it's supposed to be a clamp that you put on the table like that, right? And then you screw it together, and then you put the phone clamp like on the phone
You
or
find it?
whatever, right? And then you can bend it or whatever. But
You see,
somehow I
Listen,
broke it.
listen, you gonna tell me that ain't a whip?
can I say
That
no
looks
whip,
like a
dog?
whip. That
Can I
looks
say
like
no
a
whip?
whip.
This is why I tie my cord in with fam. What you talking about? This ain't a whip,
That's,
dog.
That look, when
he,
you hey, he quit to be whipping them girls. He said he been with that.
Come on, dog.
It's bendy
listen,
now.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge. Okay?
I listen. I feel scared because my cousin gonna cuss me out because she
What?
let it to me. She let it to
Oh
me, right?
wow,
Wow.
you dubbed them.
Well, you better fix it. You better fix it, dog.
I praying for you, fam.
I don't know how to fix it. That's the problem.
My
Well,
deepest,
you
my
screwed it.
deepest, my deepest some
You screwed
English,
that.
come to me, please.
I'm gonna,
Sympathies.
I'm
There
gonna
we go.
I just leave it in a corner until she forgets about it, cause she that's not in her mind right now. Like I said, she's pregnant. She got
What?
other things in her mind. So I'll be like, I don't know where it is.
Wow. We can make you buy
Like
another
I'll bring
one.
the cash and pay
Now,
you back. I don't know where it is.
what you need to do is that you need to fix it just enough so that when she gets it back and she uses it, it breaks on her.
A rod in
Oh my god.
Big brain.
Listen, it's supposed to be a rod, right? And every time I bend it, right, it just twists up instead of bending. Cause I will bend it in here, and now it just I don't know that. Like it break from the inside. I don't
But
know.
stop bending it. Stop bending
But see,
it.
Josue.
You smell like a doctor.
Josue.
When I touch it there.
Josue. Hey boy. Josue.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
hear me?
Yeah.
Stop whipping women with the damn thing.
Listen,
And it wouldn't be bad.
all of you to assume that I don't bring women inside my bedroom.
I don't know why Pablo think everybody just on some 50 Shades of Grey shit out here, dog. Like, I don't understand.
Cause y'all have whips. Cause y'all have whips and I don't. I'm very. I don't know why.
That's all right. That's all right.
I really don't. I really don't have whips because I live in this thing. But I've been single graining for a while now, and I have a reason to purchase whips, and y'all just casually swinging them around your cameras. I'm just like,
no,
okay,
we're not.
I got candles too. I got candles too, you know, just to lighten up the mood.
Candles, whoa. Okay, I have one candle, but it's just a scented one because I like it. I like how it smells.
Because I afraid to even have candles in my room. So next thing you know, I light that bitch up. I got sleeping. I just born to death in my freaking sleep. Dog.
Wow, why would you go sleep with a candle? Why would you go sleep with a candle? That's my first question.
Nah, but what the heck you have in your room that's so flammable is what my question is. Like,
dog, I don't. I just don't want
I
to
don't use it as a candle. I used to use it as a prop, like to hold my phone or some other thing.
wow.
And plus, it's like I don't really need a candle because I have a diffuser. It checks. I just put the oil and the water in it, and then my whole room. Right now, my whole room smells like vanilla. Right now, dog, and it's like this shit just make me want to go to sleep. Yeah, dog, vanilla. It smells so good, dog. I never knew
That's
how
so
good of an
good.
investment these things is, dog. Like I never knew how much like this aromatherapy stuff is a
Right
good
now,
investment.
I'm running the cafe. You what a shit is? What a shit is name again? The shit that smell like menthol.
What did I call that thing again, my son, dude? Like
You
my
know,
mother,
I
yeah,
think
my
that's
mother.
what I run in my room right now.
I got my diffuser. I think I buy it for like $20 online and thing. But it's a good thing.
$20?
Yeah, $20. Not a lot of money. $20, dude. An expensive one of the big
Just
same thing.
air freshener beside it. Just spray the room every now and then.
I mean, yeah, I could do that, but I mean, like, this shit is a good investment either way, because this thing would literally be on for like a whole day. It wouldn't turn off until the water run out.
But you got buy oils too.
Yeah, the oil will last you months, dog. I don't only gotta buy oil like every 3 months, cause you only have to pour a couple drops of the oil in the water, the diffuser, and it will literally run for like a day and a half, and it wouldn't stop until the water finish up, and then you have to refill it. It's a good investment, dog. You acting like as if it's $15,000 I pay for this thing.
That's $20 in a day. $20.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to stop being cheap?
Check, dog. You acting like as if I pay, dog. You acting like I spend an arm and a leg for this thing. It's $20. I could literally shit right now and I'll make $20 for that.
He wouldn't even blink when he buy a $20 game, you know, but he can't.
Listen, game. I wouldn't even blink to my power tools, dog. The other day, right? Remember the other day? Sometime, my father still pissed at me up to this day, right? I spent $1,000 on power tools.
Why?
It was on sale, right? It was on sale. It was one of them wildlife things. A dude come to me selling me some power tools. He tell me it on sale. I'll sell you like 4 power tools for $1,000. Listen, one of them costs $1,000 by itself. So I'm like, that's a good buy. And I spent $1,000. Now every time I want another power tool, my father go cost me. I like, listen, your mother.
This is why this is why you should not handle money.
Listen, no, it was a good investment, dog. It was a good investment. It was a good investment.
And that's a good investment, but apparently $20 for a fucking diffuser is too much for you.
Listen, it's power tools. What are you trying to say, dog? It's power tools, you know?
But you acting like as if I spend way too much money for the diffuser. It's $20.
I know power tools is never a bad investment, no matter the price.
Even me get robbed for that shit, dog.
I have a love and hate relationship.
Yeah, we can tell. Anyway, what was it? Yeah, I think we should be wrapping up now. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
But honestly, all I could say is I can't blame Jose, because if I saw some cheap computer components and I would spend without even thinking about it. Like,
right? Just spend for what makes you happy. Just don't put yourself in debt and spend your money on stupid shit, you know? I mean, if it makes you happy, yeah, but
I
at the
didn't want
same
to do
time,
that though. I didn't want to do that for that though. I had it kind of come out of my own pocket. It was his money, but it was my money. You know what I'm saying? It was cold, and it was part of my money. So, anyways, they kicking my dog out of my house, like, but not my house.
why?
Cause listen, like you know what, like how your mother was tripping about the dog the other day.
Yeah.
My aunt had that same energy, like she had that same energy, right? So she listen, it got 2 other demonic chihuahuas there, right? And she blaming that the whole stick of poop, dog poop, because of my dog. And my dog in the backyard, block up in some place. And the poop don't smell over there, right? So she blaming my dog for the stick. She be like, oh, your dog going by your house, and like, you pay me the gas money to go feed the dog every day? No, I ain't care about that. You go take your dog to your house. I like, okay then.
Being a pet parent is just tough, dog.
Like they don't see how
you're talking about the little chihuahua that wanted to bite everybody?
No, I'm talking about my dog, my adorable dog. My dog. And she's
the
so
one that was always under the chair when we go by your house?
Huh?
The one that was always under the chair or in the little corner when we go by your house back and everything?
No. He talking about a dog that he have right now. A dog that he have right now in VR. Yeah.
Sorry, he was talking about the little rat that he had before. Huh?
He died. That one died. Lily, he died.
Oh,
sadly.
he died. Oh no.
And then we never find out what happened to Lazy.
But Lazy was the best.
What happened to Lazy. Dude. The neighbors. What you mean we never find the neighbors, dog? The neighbors. I don't know what they do to it.
Oh yeah.
That was basically our dog.
Facts, dog. That was our dog right there. Like
Lazy was the best fucking dog ever.
At that time, if my apartment had a lot of dogs, I wouldn't take that dog home with me in the film because I had got attached to that dog, even though it was a stray.
Lazy was the best dog.
Right?
He was lazy as fuck, but he was the best.
That's the whole point of it.
I had love when he used to run because he was legitimately trying to run.
Yeah.
Exactly. Used to wobble like you were ready to die.
Like you could see he
was one of those hot dog dogs.
Yeah, we wanted wiener dogs.
Yeah, that's the name, wiener dog. Hey, call it hot dog.
Hot dog.
I don't know what a dog comes from. It just pop up in the yard one day.
Every time we'd shop, it was always there, just waiting.
Yeah, it would just always be there. And when we was chilling by you, the dog would just be chilling with us too. You know, so that was basically our dog. You know, but then what happened, and then we didn't know what happened to it until you tell us that the neighbors did something.
After I'm telling you, is after the neighbors move in.
Oh, I thought it was no. I didn't say it was because of Alma that he died, but I mean like after Alma, I wasn't seeing the dog, so that's why I was asking you what happened to him.
They say when Alma happened, it survived miraculously under a cat. I don't know if it was my mother black cat or something, right? But it survived under a cat, right? It's the neighbors that live next to the pastor when they move in.
Right.
Lazy died. Tyra died. They were always complaining about Lily in the back. They had a white cat there. It had died too. And it just died. It died when they
were killing them. So they would like poison them and stuff. Like, how did I be doing down here?
Honestly, me not to tell you. I just know it was the neighbors.
I hate how they be doing that down here, dog. Like, they like to just poison other people. I still don't know why they do that here. I have to ask my mother because my mother would know, like, why they do that down here. Like, why they just poison other people's dogs for no reason.
That's illegal, though.
Yeah, it is. But nobody don't do shit about it. That's the thing.
It never been me. Somebody poisoning my dog and taking them to court. That's my child. That's my child. That's my actual child because I ain't having children. That's my dog.
Facts,
besides power tools, I don't think twice to spend money on my dog, you know.
Facts, dude. I will tell you, fam. I will spend $100 on my dog. I don't care. So yeah, that's all we got today, right? We don't talk about a whole lot of shit as usual. We talk about real shit. That's why it's called a Real Talk Podcast. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching or listening, wherever you are. If you enjoy what we do here, make sure you leave a like, give all kinds of support and everything that you can do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button and everything, you know what I'm saying? If you'd like to see more of me and my boys and shit, we just out here just, having a nice conversation and everything. So anyways, yeah, that's it for today. Make sure you tune in for the next episode and we're going to see you guys later. Peace out.
Hit the subscribe button.